Good morning, students. So, in continuation with the earlier lecture, that is the introduction to the electrical distribution systems. So, today onwards, we will start the actual content, which is the unit number 1, load modeling and characteristics. So, before going to start the actual content of the electrical distribution system, let us analyze what is the contents which are involved in this unit number 1. So in this regards, let us see the topic by topic. Introduction to distribution systems, load modeling and its characteristics, coincidence factor, contribution factor, loss factor, relationship between load factor and loss factor, classification of loads such as residential, commercial, agricultural, and industrial loads and their characteristics. So this is the content which is going to discuss in the unit number 1, that is the load modeling and characteristics. So let us initiate it the first topic, that is the introduction to distribution systems. So in the introduction, when the distribution system commenced, when was the distribution system commenced, where it was commenced. So let us see all these details belongs to the distribution system. So the electrical distribution system or the electric utility or the electric distribution industry was born in 1882 in the New York City. And that too, the first distribution substation was established in Pearl Street Station, that is also in New York City. In general, the power system consisting of 3 parts, which includes generation, transmission, as well as the distribution systems. So in this subject or in this paper, we are going to deal with the third part of the power system, which is the distribution system. So let us define what is the distribution system. Generally, the basic definition of the distribution system is the part of the power system and existing between distribution substation and end consumer. Already in case of the overview of the power system, we discussed about what is the generalized power system. It has generation, transmission, as well as distribution. And the third part of the power system is the distribution. And after transmission, the distribution will commence. From the transmission onwards to up to the end consumer part is known as the distribution system. The distribution system is further classified based on the voltage levels. There are 2 types. One is the primary distribution, another one is the secondary distribution. So let us discuss one by one. Here let us keep the setting as primary distribution system. So what is the primary distribution? So primary distribution, generally the distribution systems are classified 2 types, primary as well as secondary. So primary distribution is one where it commences from the distribution substation. See here, it commences from the distribution substation and up to the distribution transformer, which is located nearer by the consumers. So as per the definition given, the part of the electrical power supply system existing between the distribution substation and distribution transformer is called the primary system. So you see here, there are two places. One place is the distribution substation, another place is the distribution transformer. So distribution substation, which is outside the town or city, but distribution transformer is located inside in the consumer premises. So we are going on the way or roads, the distribution number of distribution transformers are visible for us. So those are mounted on the some concrete beam. Otherwise, some transformers are mounted with support of the poles. Yes. So those are very close to the consumers. Those onwards, the power is delivered to the consumers. So therefore, up to the distribution transformer, from the distribution substation to the distribution transformer, this part is called the primary system. It is made up of circuits known as feeders. The transmission lines which existing between the substation onwards to the primary of the distribution transformer is known as the feeders. The nominal voltage of this primary circuit is 11 kV. Yes? So this 11 kV not suitable for the utilization purpose. So that means that consumers required only a 415 volts or 230 volts. That is the reasonable or useful voltages to the consumer. But whatever may be the voltage which is carried by the primary system not be useful for the utilization purpose. So let us see the overview of the system from the substation onwards. So this is a 3-phase 3-wire system whose voltage is 33 kV. These are the higher voltages or sub-transmission voltage. So this voltage is to be stepped down to 11 kV voltage. All the primary feeders carry the 11 kV. So this 11 kV feeders are going to various places or various villages to electrify or to supply the power to the consumers. Suppose a big organization, a small factory, otherwise a college, suppose our college you are taking. So our college directly taking a 3-phase 11 kV supply from the electricity board and established the substation in college premises, and where the transformer is to be located, the rating of the transformer is 11 kV by 415 volts or 230 volts. So that is the 11 kV by 230 volts or 450, either 3-phase transformer or single phase transformer. So the college, in the sense, it has a number of 3-phase loads. That's why definitely it should be a 11 kV by 415 volts 3-phase transformer is to be used. That means that the substation is to be, or the distribution transformer is to be located in our premises, college premises, and there onwards power is to be. Why? Because huge amount of powers are required. At that time, definitely we will take a 11 kV feeder and then step down the voltage as per our requirement. Whereas, suppose we are a residential consumer. Residential consumer, they does not require any high voltages, 11 kV. So they require simply, they are single phase consumer, they require 230 volts. Suppose they require 415 volts, 3-phase consumer. Yes. So based upon by keeping a single phase transformer, otherwise 3-phase transformer, based upon our convenience, we have to be step down the voltages as per our requirement. But anyhow, the primary distribution system carries the 11 kV. Yes. So this is the rough view of the primary system. Then we can go for the secondary system. Yes. So what is the secondary distribution system? So secondary distribution system, from the distribution substation onwards to the transformer which is located nearer to the load centers, having a primary system whose voltages are 11 kV. But you see clearly here, this is the substation LV terminal. There onwards, the power is coming through the primary feeders up to the distribution transformer primary, whose nominal voltage is 11 kV. So this voltage cannot be useful for the consumers. The distribution transformer, which is located near the load centers, very near inside the load center, and there the 11 kV is to be stepped down either a 3-phase 415 volts or single phase 230 volts. Yes. So from here onwards to here, the system existing is known as the primary system. From secondary of the distribution transformer onwards to the up to the end consumer, this part is known as the secondary distribution. Yes. So as per the definition, we observe here the secondary distribution system receives power from the secondary side of the distribution transformer. Secondary side of the distribution, remember this point, secondary side of the distribution transformer at low voltage supplies power to various connected loads via service mains. So here onwards, the feeder, which is commenced known as the distributor. Distributor is going along with the streets on the poles, and distributor onwards to the wire, which is giving connection between the distributor and the consumer meter, is known as the service main. So service main onwards, there are number of sub mains. So this is the ideology. Yes. So therefore, with the help of this diagram, we have to completely analyze the primary system as well as the secondary system of the distribution. And one more thing, the type of feeder, the type of conductors you are used, that is also most important based upon the emergency. For example, residential loads, the load is not an emergency load. For hospital's point of view, the load is very emergency load. So therefore, at that time, there are two different types of connections are there. One is a radial type connection, another one is a loop type of connection or mesh type connection. So what is the importance of this? Let us see here. Secondary distribution systems are generally of radial type, except for some specific services such as hospitals, business centers, military installations, so which require highly reliable service. So because radial, in the sense, the connection from source to the up to the consumer passing in only one path. Suppose any interruption happened in the line, until it is to be recovered, there is no power for the consumer due to the single path. But the loads like emergency loads, not like this. We are providing more than one single path, maybe a 2 or 3, based upon the services emergency. Yes. So hospitals, in the sense, we know that the severity of the hospital, number of patients are in ventilation mode. So business center, which gives high income to the utility, and military installations, it's a regular monitoring of power is required. So by considering all this, for such type of services, we are providing mesh or loop type or grid type connection, which will give the high reliable service to the system. Yes. This one. So far, we briefly discussed about the introduction to the distribution system. Distribution system is the part existing between distribution substation and distribution transformer and up to the end consumer. So it has two parts, primary system as well as secondary system. It is the schematics we clearly given the nature of the circuits used in the distribution system. Is that this the introduction of the electrical distribution system is to be closed. And let us shall we go for the next topic, which is the load modeling and characteristics. So what is the load modeling and what's the nature of the characteristics? So this is the second topic. Let us see here. So almost all the appliances in our houses, generally you can observe, the appliances load is varying according to the supply voltage is to be changed. one load equipment has one rating, other load equipment has other rating. Like that, we are using around so many equipments in our house, like washing machine, lamps, fans, all these consider whose rating is different from one appliance to the other appliance. So therefore, load that varies as the supply voltage is to be changed. So generally, loads at any instant of the time grouped into three categories depending on how their demand varies as a function of voltage. So let us see the classification of the load modeling. So the first model is the constant power loads. Constant power loads where demand or power is constant regardless of voltage. Any variations in the voltage, the power is always constant. So there may be a variation in voltage or current. So that is the adjusting automatically. But here power is always constant regardless of voltage. And the second type of load model is constant current loads. So in constant current loads, demand is proportional to the voltage. That means power is always proportionally varies with the voltage. And the third nature, which is the constant impedance loads, where demand is proportional to square of the voltage. You see here, the consumers utilizes the different loads whose power factor